everyone, welcome back to the channel. I want to show you a bit of my past, the vehicles of my past. So let's get started. Here is my first car, 69 Chevelle Malibu, 307 Power Glide transmission. Not much of a car, but it was mine. I'm doing this in a photo album, so bear with me. I've done many things to it over the years as a kid. Did body work for the first time. Of course, back then, gotta have a CB radio. Had someone try to help me, and they caused damage. So I ended up getting, you guessed it, a 68. Had a pretty good engine in it. Back then, I was just learning mechanics. Eventually, car just messed up. So I was driving the 65 Olds 98. Was my grandfather's car. Well, when you start driving something that sits a while, it's just not good. So I ended up putting another motor in. Then I wanted a pickup truck. .318, I put a cam in it. No, I didn't put a cam. I had one put in because I didn't know how to do it. Used to go camping a lot in the truck, out in the woods. It's a nice looking truck. I bought it with the inheritance of my grandmother. Traded in for this and wanted better gas mileage. Guys, that's a 4-cylinder, 4-speed transmission, and that's 2-wheel drive. Nice looking truck. It was a girl's truck, but that's just the way they were then. Well, after the first accident, I lowered it down. A lot of rust on it. Had body shops doing work to it. Bed rotted away. I had to find another bed. That's what it looks like all painted up. I did belong to a fire department where you see a red light on top. Then I wanted some more vehicles to learn from, so I bought an old police car. Also had scooters. Then I got this. Seems like about every truck I've ever had some sort of a problem to it. I had to put another motor in. I had to buy another car to get the motor. Then I got this little beauty. Inline 6, 3 on the tree. It's a beautiful truck. But again, it had problems. I sold it to a friend of mine. Now these pictures here is all my vehicles I had down in Florida. I paid $300 for this car. It got hit here and hit here, and the whole thing was bent. I straightened it up by wrapping a chain around the bumper and hooking it up to a pole and pulling it out. I had to get another door. Love the color red. Later on, that green truck, I traded in for this thing. I should have kept the green truck, because this one was a nightmare. This car was on loaner while I was fixing one of my trucks. Then later on, from the same dealer, I bought this. It was a mess. It was all on primer when I got it. Actually, was it? No, I'm sorry. It was blue to begin with. I had a vinyl top. It was all damaged. This was a good car. It had a really good 360 engine in it. I mean, it's a nice little car. I wanted side pipes on. It was cool. It sounded really good going down the road. There it is when I got it in primer. There's the engine. There's more pictures of it. And I had it up for sale. My dad had this truck for a while till somebody stole it. Damn drug dealers of Daytona Beach. Be wary where you park your vehicle down there. All right. Then I bought a Subaru. This car here was a second car that I bought. I paid $75 for the car and the title. I had paid $150 for an older one that had no title but had a good engine transmission. Here we got the Ford truck, 3/4 ton. We need something for towing. And haul my four-wheeler around. We got it after we got rid of a camper that we used to have. The engine was crap in that thing. Then we got rid of all that and bought a new truck. Well, needless to say, it wasn't much better. Put a camper in. We bought another truck just to get the camper. Guy says, oh, it's in good shape. Bull. It was trashed. Brand new truck, a few years down the road, paint is peeling off. Going down the road, paint just flies right off. Look at that. Brand new truck. Really? Then I bought this big beauty. I paid $1,000 for that big monster truck. 44s on it, rusted. Everything was kind of unstable on it, so I lowered it down. I've had the little S10. I paid $700 for it. The dune buggy was a friend of mine wanted me to fix it, and of course we got the Suburban there. So I've had a lot of vehicles in my life. And I learned from each one of them that I work on. So I got a new bed on it. Yeah, I know it don't match, but it's okay. When I got it pinstriped, you really couldn't tell. It's one truck I've never had stuck in the woods. And I've been out in the swamp in that thing, getting firewood. It was a really nice looking truck. Had 33s on it there. There's that one truck that we bought. Paid $1,000 for it. Had to have it towed. The differential in the front, gears were non-existent. Truck had no brakes. Had a good 4-speed transmission in it. Camper I had to restore. Oh, and that was great to go camping in it, even though my dad and I really never got to go camping. We did go up to Pennsylvania. That's how I ended up on my vacation. And get off my TV! Sorry about that. I had to chase my cat off the TV. So we got a 68, 77, 84, and that's an 89 Ford Escort. That is the picture I took. Was the first time we had 4 4x4s. There's a Jeep I bought. I paid $250 for that. It was brown. It was actually looked like a regular mail Jeep. I just didn't like the door. So instead of having them slide, I made them swing. Race car. There's my Jeep again. Again. Now, that thing had city gears on it. And I put a 258 in. I actually took the engine out of my car that I used to have and put in there. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, the other way around. The engine I actually took out of the Jeep to put it in a Spirit. Because I got hit by a tractor trailer, sent me off the road into a ditch, and it broke the frame. The engine, transmission really is the only thing good out of it. Bought this motorcycle new in 93. It's a 92 model. For those of you who've never used Prolong or Slick 50, I'm going to tell you, that stuff works. Driving home one day in my Jeep, I blew the rear main oil seal. Every ounce of oil came out of the engine. So what I did, I drove it home. I had oil pressure, I drove it home. Here's that truck when I got it back from, when I bought it from the junkyard. That's how I got it for $700. The engine. Nice looking truck. I had to put a windshield in. The back window, you can see it was all busted out. A lot of work went into that little pickup. Always had, now this thing here, we paid $1,000 for it. It's a K20, 1985 Chevy Suburban. You can see the rust on it, and it was really rusted out. I had so much rust repair that I had to do on it. I mean, it was horrifying. Guy said after he had the engine, a valve job done to it, it made this ticking sound. And plus, he only got 9 miles to gallon at it. I knew what to do to get it to work. My dad wanted a color. Now, paint job looks fairly good, considering I put it on with a roller and a paintbrush, inside and out. By the time I got the headers, carburetor, and everything on, fine-tuned it, I got 25 miles a gallon out of it. Here's where I got into an accident with that color, so I figured maybe I better paint it yellow. Well, I tried my best with it, and some of the paint jobs just really didn't come out. Moisture in Florida is just horrifying. There's a delivery truck I used to drive. There's the Suburban all painted up. Then I saw a van that I would like to have. It was a custom van. So I bought it, paid $425 for it. Guys, I tell you, down in Florida, you can get things cheap. It didn't matter what it was. There's my dad's Kia Sportage. Challenger. Can't really see it that well, but there's an Escort in there. I bought this truck. That was 10 grand. It's an old Penske truck. Didn't have low miles on it. Nice truck. I painted it up so that way I can see it. I think it's just, you can tell what color is my favorite. Trailer I once had. It's where I had set up for gas grill and the generator and of course my motorcycle, and I had a thing inside which I'll show you here. How I made my camper. Just out of scraps. Some of the motorcycles I've owned. Scooters. That's right. There's a dog riding with me on the scooter. I've had some really nice bikes. Really nice bikes. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to have a motorcycle. Mom bought me a mini bike, and it took a friend to have the thing fixed up. This one here was the last actual two-wheeled motorcycle I've owned. Now I just have a mini bike, which to me is good enough. And of course, you got the race car that we got. Wasn't mine, but I was the mechanic on it. I was the one that had to go through it to make sure it was safe for the kid operating it. Every week I changed the paint job on the thing. Kept them thinking. And a delivery truck that I drove. I mean, I've had so many vehicles over the years, guys. I've owned over 50 vehicles. People ask, why do you buy so many? Why don't you just buy one good one? I go, had a good one. I had a brand new 1987 Ranger pickups when I traded that two-tone green Ford truck in for. That was a piece of crap. I couldn't deal with it. It kept, every time I tried to do something with it, it would break. It ended up in the dealer. You know, you're trying to work, you're trying to go to school, and you got a truck that breaks. I can't deal with it. I go, I'm done. That was a brand new. I took it back to the bank and told them to shove it up their ass. But since that time they didn't use computers, they did everything through paper. That's when I bought that copper-colored pickup truck. I traded a Camaro that I had, which I don't have any pictures of. I traded the thing in, I got the pickup, and I got a loan. So by the time I got the negative on the other one, I had the positive. Nowadays, guys, you turn something in, you're screwed for 7 years. Be careful what you buy out there. I bought to learn because it was cheaper than going to college. Yes, I went to heavy equipment repair, which I'll show in another video. And I learned what I could there. Got straight A's in my senior year. When I went to college, back in 1982, yes, it was hard. And I stayed 3 years, but they weren't teaching me everything I wanted to learn and what was supposed to be learned. I told them to stick it. I had a loan for $2,500, which stayed with me until 1988. Since then, I learned from buying, fixing, and reselling. Did I make any money on any of this stuff? No. I lost money, but I gained the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is worth more than any amount of money that you'll ever have. So that's it for this video. Sorry it was so long, but there was a lot to see. You have an awesome day. God bless.